Have you ever had that experience where you wake up, your eyes snap open, and you just know something incredible just happened in your head?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you have this visceral, lingering feeling that you just went on this massive adventure. Maybe you were flying or having a deep conversation with someone.
But the details are right there. They feel solid. It feels like a genuine memory because, well, in a way, it is.
Exactly. It feels like a movie just finished playing. But then you do the most normal thing in the world. You reach over to turn off your alarm.
And that is the fatal mistake.
It really is, because in that split second, poof, it's gone. The whole story just evaporates. And it's not just that the details get fuzzy. It's like the file corrupted instantly. You're left with this vague emotional hangover.
That hangover description is perfect. It's a universal frustration. But what's fascinating, and this is what you're looking at today from our source material on Dreamonics,
Right.
is that most people think dreams are just naturally slippery. But the source frames them more like letters sent from your subconscious.
I love that image. Letters from the subconscious. But if they're letters, why does it feel like they self-destruct before we can read them?
Because they're written in a very specific type of special ink. And this ink is chemically designed to dissolve the moment it's exposed to the light of the waking world.
And when you say light, you don't just mean sunlight, right? We're talking about something internal.
Precisely. Light here is a metaphor for your waking brain switching on. The moment you check your phone, think about a meeting, or even just stand up, that's the light that bleaches the ink.
So by simply waking up and acting like a normal person, we are actively destroying the data our brain just generated.
We are wiping the hard drive every single morning without even realizing it.
Well, today we are going to stop the data wipe. We're doing a deep dive into something called the Dream Recall Protocol. And specifically, we're going to master the golden window.
The golden window. That's the critical first 3 minutes after you wake up.
3 minutes. That's it. If you can control those 3 minutes, you can keep the letter.
It's all about changing your habits for just a few moments.
Before we get into the how, though, I have to ask why. Why is our brain designed this way? It feels like a massive design flaw.
It does feel a bit cruel, doesn't it? But according to the research, it's not a flaw, it's a mechanism. There are 3 main culprits. The first one is purely biological. It's called state change.
Okay, let's break that down, because I think we assume being awake and asleep are just like a light switch on and off.
It's more complex. Think of your brain like a house with 2 rooms. When you're dreaming, you're in the dark room.
Yeah.
This room runs on a chemical fuel called acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine.
It's incredible. It allows for vivid images, intense emotions, all those bizarre connections where your boss is also a rabbit.
So it's the creative glue of the dream world.
Exactly. It facilitates the experience, but, and here's the trade-off, it is very bad for long-term memory storage. It's volatile.
Okay.
Now, when you wake up, you throw open the door to the bright room. Your brain switches fuel sources. It dumps acetylcholine and floods the system with noradrenaline.
Noradrenaline. That sounds intense.
It is. It's the chemical of alertness, of focus, the get up and go to work chemical.
Well, one that makes you remember to pay your bills.
Right. And that chemical switch is violent. It's a hard reset. When you move from the acetylcholine room to the noradrenaline room too quickly, the data gets wiped.
So it's like pulling the plug on a computer without saving your work.
That's it. The RAM clears instantly.
That makes so much sense. So that groggy feeling is actually a chemical changeover. Okay, what's the second culprit?
The second one is interference. And this is where modern life really works against us. The source calls it a tsunami of information.
I'm guessing the smartphone is the villain of this story.
It's the ultimate enemy. But it's also just physical movement. There's a concept called retroactive interference. Basically, your dream memory is incredibly fragile, like a spiderweb made of wet sugar. If you just move your arm to grab a glass of water, your brain shifts focus to motor control. That shift breaks the web.
And if you look at your phone,
You're finished. An email, a text from your boss. That's a massive wave of new, high-priority information. The delicate dream memory doesn't stand a chance.
it just gets washed away.
Instantly. And the third reason is simpler. It's just a filing error. It's called no anchor.
Meaning,
Dreams don't follow logic. You're in your childhood home, but it's a spaceship, and your cat is talking about stocks. Your waking brain craves order and doesn't know where to file it.
it's looking for a folder labeled reality and can't find one that fits talking cat.
Exactly. So without a hook or an anchor to tie it to reality immediately, the brain just categorizes it as trash and discards it.
The stats on this from the source are kind of terrifying. It says 50% of a dream is gone within 5 minutes.
And 90% is gone within 10.
That is just a ridiculously fast decay. So the equation for success is a rescue mission. We need to maintain that sleep state, reduce interference, and create an anchor immediately.
That's the formula. And you've got about 180 seconds to do it.
Okay, let's get into the solution. The 3-minute protocol. I love that it's time-boxed. So how does it start?
It starts the second you realize you're awake. The first step is freeze. This is for the first, say, 0 to 20 seconds.
And you mean literally freeze, like don't move a muscle.
Literally. Do not move. If your alarm goes off, turn it off with the absolute minimum movement possible. Keep your eyes closed. Stay in the exact position you woke up in.
Why is the position so critical? That sounds a little bit like superstition, don't break the spell.
It's not magic, it's science. It's called state-dependent memory. The memory of the dream is physically tied to your body posture.
Wow.
If you were curled on your left side while dreaming, your brain associates that physical sensation with that narrative. If you roll over, you break the connection. You sever the bridge.
So you're basically playing dead, just breathing.
Just breathing. You're keeping the bridge to the dark room open for just a few seconds longer. Once you're stable, you move to step 2. Replay. This is from 20 seconds to about 1 minute.
Okay, this is where I usually fail. I try to start at the beginning, once upon a time, and then it's just blink.
And that's the trap. The beginning of the dream was longest to go, so it's the faintest trace. The source calls this technique rewinding the tape.
So you go backward.
Yes. Start with the very last thing you saw before you woke up. The most recent scene.
The tail end.
Exactly. Grab onto that last image. Maybe it was a red door. Then ask, where was I before the red door? In a hallway. Who was I with before that? My brother. You thread it backward.
That's a really practical tip. Don't force it forward, trace it back. Okay, so we're frozen. We've rewound the tape. We're at the 1 minute mark. What's next?
Step 3 is tag. You're still in bed, eyes still closed. You need to create those anchors we talked about. You're looking for 3 specific tags: emotion, symbol, and theme.
Okay, break those down. My dreams usually just feel like a mess.
Start with emotion. It's often the strongest remnant. How did you feel? Anxious, ecstatic, confused. Then look for a symbol, a specific object, a giant clock, a blue dog. And finally, theme. Was it a chase? A test? A journey?
So you're creating metadata for the file before you even open it.
Precisely. You're giving your logical brain hooks to hang the memory on. Once you have those, you move to the final step. Capture. This is minutes 2 and 3.
This is where we write it down.
Yes. Now you can move, but, and this is crucial, the source really emphasizes the one-line rule.
Ah, I like this because I always feel like I don't have time to write a novel before coffee, so I just don't do it.
That's the biggest barrier. Perfectionism kills recall. The protocol says no. Just write one single summary sentence. For example, running from a tiger in a mall with a childhood friend. That's it.
That's manageable, even on a busy Monday.
It is. And that one sentence is your safety net. Once that's on paper, you can't lose the core memory. You've saved the file.
Freeze, replay, tag, capture. Very tactical. Okay, so you mentioned a recording tool. What are the best tools of the trade here? I assume a notebook is the gold standard.
It is. The main reason is light. A notebook doesn't emit blue light, and it doesn't have notifications. It keeps you in that low stimulation state.
But not everyone is going to do that at 6 a.m. I know I can barely open my eyes.
For them, the source suggests voice notes. But there's a huge caveat. Your phone has to be on airplane mode. Do not let the internet in.
Game over if you see an Instagram notification.
Totally. Just grab it, hit record, and mumble your summary. Tiger, mall, scared. That's enough.
There's another one here that I thought was really clever. Title first.
Yes. This is for when the details are really fuzzy. If you can't remember the sequence, just give the dream a title, like a movie. The Purple Cat Mission.
Or The Day I Forgot My Pants.
Exactly. By forcing your brain to synthesize the feeling into a title, you're tricking it into locking down the memory.
What about when you wake up and it's just blank? You know you dreamt, but there's nothing. The source mentions a body anchor.
This relies on the idea that your body holds the memory longer than the visual part of your brain. If your mind is blank, scan your body. Is your chest tight? Is your stomach churning?
So you might realize, oh, my heart is racing, and that triggers the memory of being chased.
Correct. You use the physical sensation to fish the visual memory back out.
There's one more trick in here that sounds like magic. The same wake spot trick.
Ah, yes. For when you get up to use the bathroom and it's gone, the advice is Lie back down in the exact same position you woke up in.
Head on the pillow the same way, legs in the same spot.
Yes, it's that position-dependent memory again. By recreating the physical conditions, you can sometimes trigger the brain to just pop the memory back into place.
That is wild. Okay, let's troubleshoot. What if you try to freeze and replay and you get nothing, just a blank screen?
Don't panic. Use the freeze plus ask emotion technique. If there are no images, just record the feeling. Write down lonely or confused. That still counts. You're training the habit.
And the opposite. What if you wake up from a nightmare? The source has a specific warning about this.
Very important. If you wake up from a nightmare, your cortisol is spiking. Your priority is safety, not data collection.
So skip the protocol.
Modify it. Do grounding first. Put your feet on the floor. Take a deep breath. Name 5 things you can see in the room. Only once your heart rate is down should you write a brief summary. The goal is to acknowledge the data without re-traumatizing yourself.
That's really good advice. Now, what about those people who say, I dream too much, they wake up with 5 different storylines?
The too many dreams problem. The risk is burnout. If you try to write everything, you'll quit after 2 days. The rule is, pick the best of the night.
Just the highlight reel.
Exactly. The most vivid one or the most emotional one. Capture that, let the rest go. Consistency beats volume.
This whole protocol starts when you wake up, but the source material says the work actually begins the night before.
It does. About 2 minutes before you sleep. It's 2 things. Interference control and intention setting.
Interference control is the phone again, isn't it?
Put it on Do Not Disturb. But intention setting is the real secret weapon.
This sounds a bit like manifesting, but I'm guessing there's science here.
It's called prospective memory. As you're drifting off, you just tell yourself clearly, tonight, I will remember one scene. You're giving your brain a command.
So you're flagging the file as important before it's even created.
Yes. Usually, the brain treats dreams as disposable. By setting an intention, you're priming the part of your brain that filters information to be alert for that data in the morning.
I love that. You're becoming the boss of your own brain. So to wrap this all up, the source material gives us a 7-day challenge to gamify the process.
It's a great way to build the skill without getting overwhelmed.
Let's run through it quickly. Day 1.
Day 1, just get one-line dream, win that first battle against the delete button.
Day 2.
Focus on emotion, just nail down the feeling.
Day 3.
Symbols, look for that red door or the talking cat.
Day 4.
Try the title first technique. Give your dream a catchy headline.
Day 5.
Practice backward threading. Really work on that rewind technique.
Day 6.
Try a voice note. See if that works better for you. Remember, airplane mode.
And day 7.
Review. Look back at your week's data. You might be surprised to see patterns emerging already.
And success here isn't remembering a feature-length film every night, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Success is consistency. If you can get a hook into a dream 3 to 5 times a week, you are winning. You're bridging the gap between your conscious and unconscious mind.
It's really about shifting your mindset from dreams are just vapor to dreams are data.
That's the key takeaway. Dream recall isn't magic. It's a skill like learning to swim. It's neuroplasticity. You're physically strengthening the neural pathways.
And why does that matter? Why should we care about collecting this data?
Because once you lock down those first 3 minutes, dreams transform from meaningless noise into personal insights. These narratives can tell you what you're afraid of, what you desire, what your brain is processing when you aren't looking.
And the source material hints that once you have the data, you can start decoding it.
Right. They mention emotional codes. But you can't decode the message if you haven't saved the letter. This protocol is just the first step, opening the mailbox.
I love that. So here's our challenge to you listening. Tomorrow morning, just try the freeze, just for 20 seconds. Don't move. See what's waiting for you in the dark room before you step into the light.
You might be surprised at what you find.
Treat your dreams as valuable data waiting to be captured. Thanks for diving in with us today.
Keep looking deeper.